So sometimes when we work with pronouns, we encounter what we call problems with pronouns. One of the problems that we have with pronouns is deciding when to use we, the pronoun we, versus when to use the pronoun us. There will be times in a sentence where the speech that we have, the dialogue that we have in normal everyday life, will influence what we want to write, because we want to write what we think would sound right when we're speaking. But when we follow grammar rules, we have to remember that we is always a subject form pronoun. Us is always an object form pronoun. So regardless of the situation that we are presented with in a sentence, those two truths are things that you should always come back to. Now the problem, the thing that makes it tricky, because that sounds pretty common sense, that sounds like something that everybody should know using we and us as English speakers. It's just something naturally that would happen. However, you'll be presented with sentences that have a noun that directly follows we or us that makes it sound a little bit goofy. And so you have to do certain things in your writing to kind of check to see if you've done something correct. For example, we students love coming back from break. The word students helps define who we in the sentence is. It can make it sound a little awkward because you don't always hear this sort of thing in common everyday speech. One of the things as a writer to check to see if you've done it correctly is to ignore that noun. So if I just ignore that noun for a minute and I just say, we love coming back from break, then I'm able to use my natural English speaking abilities that I've learned for the 12 or 13 years of my life to check to see if that's right. We is a subject form pronoun. We represents the subject in that sentence and therefore is used correctly. What some people want to do is to change that sentence so that it says, us students love coming back from break. The problem is that when you ignore this noun that is defining who us is, you're left with the sentence, us love coming back from break. And that very obviously is incorrect. The correct pronoun is always going to be we in that case. And the same can be said for when you have an object. So like a direct object, indirect object, or object of the preposition. Mr. Fugate gave, I'll give you a choice this time, we or us kids a test on Friday. Well, as a writer, when I'm making that choice of a pronoun in my sentence, again, I'm able to ignore that noun that I'm using to define the pronoun, and then it makes my choice as a writer much easier. Mr. Fugate gave we a test on Friday. Mr. Fugate gave us a test on Friday. Well, the obvious choice then is going to be us. Gave us a test on Friday. So the takeaway from the grammar today is that when you have we or us in a sentence and it's followed by a noun that defines who we or us is, as a writer, if I want to know if I've used we or us correctly, ignore that noun. and then my choice is much, much easier.